Happy Valentine's Day, teachers. I have got so many fabulous freebies for you that they're about to burst out of my file folder freebie container. They seriously are. And I was so excited about all of these freebies, I just decided to dress up for this special occasion, and I hope you like it. It took a long time. But anyway, so sit back, watch, enjoy, and be sure to download these freebies because they're going to really fab up your classroom for Valentine's Day. Carolina Gomez of Fun for Spanish Teachers has this really adorable template for students to create their own Valentine's treat bags to store their Valentines. So inside this resource you have templates, there's black and white, and there's also color. And the neat thing is the body parts are labeled in Spanish, so this is great for Spanish teachers, or even if you just want to introduce a little bit of Spanish in your classroom. This precious February stationery is by Untitled of Created by MrHughes, and it just has blank templates that are super cute for Valentine's Day in manuscript form, and it will really add a sparkle to your writing. Heather, aka HoJo, has this K through 2nd Valentine's Day Magic Squares freebie, and it consists of 9 different squares that students need to put together by matching up words with pictures. And once they've done this correctly, it should end up being kind of like a 3x3 grid, and all the pictures should be facing the correct way, not upside down or sideways. And it's really a lot more difficult than it looks like. As you can see, I didn't have the grid correct, but now I do, and it looks like it'll be a lot of fun. Christine Maxwell has a really nice writing activity for your students called Things I Love. She provides 3 different templates for manuscript and regular line paper for students to write about those things that they really love. And then she also includes a pretty page for them to draw an illustration of what they love. If you're familiar with the I Have, Who Has game format, Mandy Neal has a fabulous one for Valentine's Day. You print and laminate these cards, hand them out. Students will read the card that they have. You pick a student to read it. I have Vase, who has something that's given as a present, and so the students search their card and see who has the answer, which is I have gift. They read their definition and so on, and then there's a nice answer key to go along with it. Teaching Little Texans has a terrific freebie for your students to practice reading time to the nearest 5 minutes. So there are these task cards with cute hearts and clocks on each that students will read and then write the time on these answer sheets. And I apologize, Dixie, I think I printed out the answer sheet in portrait instead of landscape, but this is adorable and very fun for your students. Amanda Zanchelli of Learning to the Core has a fun froggy freebie for playing Addition Bump. In the first card, students roll 2 dice and add up the numbers and place a marker on the sum that they receive. The second person to place a marker on that same number wins that space. So they try to see how many numbers they can log, basically. On the second mat, they can use 3 dice, roll them, and add up those numbers to achieve a sum. And Marissa of Inspired Owl's Corner has you hooked up for your Valentine decoration needs. She provides 2 different themes for Valentine treat bag labels. She also has some very cute heart toppers for any treats you're giving out. And then there's some really nice bookmarks that you can print out and laminate for your students. Aylin Claahsen has a CVC Word QR code activity for the little ones that I absolutely love. They have these worksheets where students will first say the word that names the object that they see, then they will try spelling it, and then to self-check independently, they can scan the QR code and see if the word matches what they spelled. Now Groundhog Day is right around the corner, so Jennifer Smith Sloan has provided you a precious Groundhog Day graphing freebie. It comes with a learning goal. And so you print out these sort of task cards and laminate them. And she provides graphs with 1 quadrant and 4 quadrants. So you need just an expo marker and an eraser, and students will read the coordinate points at the bottom and they will locate them on the graph and mark them. And she provides around 24 cards, so this is a great activity to practice the skill. If you need some Valentine themed calendar headers and numbers, Charity Preston of the Organized Classroom blog has some very pretty Valentine themed calendar numbers and a header. And you can also use these numbers in a variety of ways in your classroom, and it's just so pretty. Laura Candler of Teaching Resources has a great language arts activity for you to study causes and effects by reading the book Somebody Loves You, Mr. Hatch, and she shows where you can access this book online if you don't have it. She gives you very thorough, detailed lesson plans for using this book to illustrate and teach cause and effect. She also provides these printables for students to use to bring home this lesson for Valentine's Day. And of course you have to incorporate sweethearts in your math lessons for Valentine's Day. So Caitlin of Learning Ahoy gives you the freebie that you need for students to count their sweethearts, organize the data from these sweethearts, answer questions, interpret this information, and to also graph this information that they have from the sweethearts. And sweethearts aren't just for math. Teresa Wilson of Confessions of a Teaching Junkie gives us a freebie to help use those sweethearts also in a writing activity. Students pick 4 hearts and they write the messages from their hearts onto this paper, and then they need to write a love story or some kind of story that involves those 4 different messages. And Cupig is here to brighten your Valentine's dinners thanks to Danielle Westvang of Crayonbox Learning. She provides these Valentine headers and hearts that contain long vowel sound words. So students go through the hearts and they sort them according to the correct long vowel that they have, and then they also copy those words onto the Cupig recording sheet. And for my smartboard people, I have 3 games. One is for upper grades, changing from fractions to decimals. I have one for my Spanish teachers to practice Valentine vocabulary in Spanish. Then lastly, I have one for my little people teachers to practice number words and number recognition. So that wraps up our Valentine's Day freebies from TPT. I hope that you will go download these freebies. Just click on Show More down below, and please always follow these teacher authors and give them some very nice positive feedback and thanks for these freebies. I hope if you like this video, you'll like and comment. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching. Have a beautiful Valentine's Day. Bye-bye. Oh, and if you're a teacher author, please check down in the links. I have a blog post where you can send your info to get your freebie posted in one of my videos. Thanks. Happy Valentine's, teachers. I have some super fabulous, fantastic freebies for Valentine's Day. In fact, there's so many in here that my file folder is about to burst. Yeah! On a roll! Mr. Rolling. Stop it and play. You know, I'm probably going to put that in the video. So.